Beautiful view of downtown Traverse City here in Traverse City, Michigan. We're at the Traverse City Curling Club for the 2024 USA Curling Mixed Doubles National Championship. 16 teams vying for the right to represent the United States at the 2024 Mixed Doubles World Championship in Östersund, Sweden. Look at our games for this afternoon draw. Burr and Burr taking on the Hamiltons on sheet B. On sheet D, Anderson Stopera against Bear and Oldenburg. On sheet E, Weldon and Franey against Geving and Schuster. Normally, sheet C would be our feature with Podol, Perry, Anderson, Richardson, but we have switched over for our marquee matchup. Here's the standings from Pool A finished up this morning. TC Dropkin will be the number 1 seed with a 7-0 record. Persinger, Casper, Rhymes, Smith also qualifying for the playoffs as the 2 and 3 seeds. Farrell and Thurston, Moores and Wheeler finishing 4 and 3. Schweitzer, Hagberg 2 and 5. Wood and Cott 1 and 6. Nickel 0 and 7. And for Pool B, our final round robin game coming up, a 5-way tie for first place. Anderson, Stopera, Anderson, Richardson, Bear, Oldenburg, Geving, Schuster, and Hamilton, all at 4 and 2. Podol and Perry, Weldon and Franey, both 2 and 4, and Burr 0 and 6. Major playoff implications for this final draw, and you see the 3 teams qualified and where they're at. TC and Dropkin undefeated, the number 1 seed, the world champs, into the semifinals already. That will be tomorrow morning. Persinger, Casper, and Rhymes Smith into this evening's quarterfinal games at 7:30. And our feature matchup will be Maddie Bear and Aidan Oldenburg taking on Sarah Anderson and Andrew Stopera. There you see Sarah and Andrew looking to improve their playoff chances, possibly lock in a spot with a win. Both teams need that victory to get to that 5th win. Will depend on what happens in the other games for if they can lock up a playoff spot. It's a mess with 5 teams, obviously. Tyler George here with Claire Moores. Claire gracious enough to give us 4 ends of her time today, and will be replaced by the lovely Lance Moore, or we'll call him Lance Moores.
Yeah.
You like that?
Let's do that.
Yeah. Lance Wheeler,
I
guess
my name.
we can still call him, but he's a Moores now because you claimed him.
Yeah.
So you get the tag team effort, and we appreciate you guys.
Of course.
Sarah Anderson starting things off. Baron Oldenburg with hammer by virtue of winning the last shot draw before the game.
Top 4 T.
Always straight.
So this will be a new experience for me, Claire. You actually have more of a read on this sheet than I do. I haven't watched a game on any sheet but C the entire week as it's been our feature. So that's an interesting looking house there.
Oh, yeah, I guess you didn't see it.
No, I've been very focused on one sheet the entire week. So we have switched that feature game to give you the game with the most playoff implications, the only game of the 4 that has 2 teams still alive in the playoff hunt. Here is Maddie Bear after a perfect freeze by Sarah Anderson on her first shot.
Light. I thought light too. They can go if you need.
Which sheet did you play on this morning, Claire?
We were on sheet B.
Needs to curl a little.
So right where we're at right now.
Is this sheet B? No, this is D.
Is it?
Yeah.
Finish it. Not bad.
We just get to the inside. This is pretty good.
Pretty good throw.
Good try.
Roll top's fine, but inside freeze.
Top 4.
Okay. Close.
Tiny bumps.
Whoa. Curl. Curl.
It's not that heavy.
Close. Curl. 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 Curl.
Nice. Top it.
Audio back in here. Some nice draws to the top of the 4 foot for both teams.
On this sheet last night, we were seeing a little bit more curl
Looks like it's running a little.
one way
Running,
versus
running,
the
it's
other.
curl if anything, it's
So I
curl
wonder
if
if it'll be the
anything.
same this game.
Which side did you see more curl on?
It was
15-2. It should be close.
whatever the out turn going away. So the opposite of this
Okay.
turn
Sorry.
going away.
Not bad.
So that one, as you mentioned, did run a hair straight. Doesn't quite curl up to that rock in the top of the 4 foot.
5 or firm or what?
No, I was thinking like not enough to kill it, just like board or something.
So heard not enough to kill it from Stopera. Just want to tap that yellow stone back, the second one with the combo. Maybe roll in a little bit. All 5 stones in the 4 foot circle so far. The slightly straighter side of the sheet, according to Claire Moores, who we trust without question.
Oh, good.
Hard! Hard!
Andrew trying to hold the line.
Yes, right to it, right to
Just
it!
hit a little bump and roll in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It's pretty good.
Yeah, angle's playing pretty well here for Anderson and Stopera.
Might be better to catch this way, actually, off the 2. Okay.
Run back attempt now for Oldenburg. Playing the out turn, seeing how much granite he can get moving. Looked like maybe a little flare out of hand there.
That's fine.
Just straight peel.
That will open things up at the least. Claire, you said you have the standard mixed playdowns coming up
Yes.
in your home club in Denver.
Yes. Yeah. April
Like a 2.5.
12th, I want to say. Maybe it's the 10th.
And you guys have the same kits for the regular mixed as you do for here, because
We
those are
have,
great.
yeah, the yellow ones. We decided to bring a yellow one. And one of the Denver Curling Club members, her name's Lucy, she found a old Denver Curling sweater on eBay randomly.
Ooh,
Got it. And then we riffed off of that for those jerseys. So
There you go.
thanks for that, Lucy.
yeah, those are my favorite jerseys. I'm sorry, they overtook the Hamiltons. I thought that was going to be the winner going in.
Line
Sorry,
okay,
Matt
always
and Becca,
straight,
but-
always straight.
Halfway.
Title goes to
Should come in.
Moores and Moores.
Moores. More Moores.
More Moores.
Curl, yep.
Stopera trying to get this to turn over to get a tight guard on their own stones.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good.
They like that spot.
Nice throw, nice throw.
That one pretty tight, Claire. Probably see that run in.
Yeah. That's the tough part is putting those guard back. It has to be perfect.
So out turn run attempt from Oldenburg again. Looked like a little cleaner throw that time. I think we're going to see some rocks moving here.
Uh-oh.
Not the one they were looking for.
Yep.
A blockade of red stones now above the tee line. Going to be tough to find a way in for Maddie on her last.
It's tough with those
Right now,
peels
I have
and
nothing to
doubles.
score,
You
right?
typically would have sweepers in 4-person, and in doubles, it's hard to get up and sweep the peels. So
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
everybody just tends to watch them and say, "Uh-oh," or
Or call the sweep even though
Yeah.
nobody's doing it.
Back 12.
Sure.
I just would hate to do this.
Yeah, but
At least when you say right off,
you're not
then
throwing so much weight.
yeah,
somebody's listening.
Yeah.
It's actually working.
Okay.
yeah.
So back 12, maybe like here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because even if you go like it's still really hard.
Yeah.
So you heard back 12, the call. Sarah's going to tap that red stone that's just touching the center line in the top of the 4
Like
foot,
nose to a sliver low.
Yeah.
Nose
trying
is
to
good, though.
get back to their own number 1 counter and move that yellow stone out of the 4 foot to sit as many as they
Can you
can.
like that edge of 4 ice?
Yeah.
And really want to keep the shooter there too, Claire, to make sure there's no way in for Bear and Oldenburg.
Right, if they're playing this weight, they're going to be sitting in the back of the button. So have to keep rocks above the 4 foot here.
In-turn tap for Anderson.
Close. Close.
Said nose or a hair
Close,
low.
close.
Heard hack the call from Stopera, so maybe a little up.
Whoa, whoa, curl! 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 Curl it!
Trying to get up.
Really good.
Still works, yeah.
Ends up very good sitting. 5. I think there is a shot to at least only give up 1.
Probably.
If they get a little gear action, maybe all 3 of those move out and you can get 1.
You like firm?
Sure. Yeah.
Firm here?
I like it.
Got hit pretty close to nose.
Yeah, even if
So
you're a
just here,
hair
right?
high and the shooter stays in the
Think so.
4 foot, you should only give up 1. And it's all about if that drags enough with the second stone to clear the rock in the back of the button, too. It's very close. One thing you cannot do, well, 2 things you cannot do, be very narrow or very wide.
Yeah.
Either would be a
Yeah.
terrible miss here.
Yeah. Nose is better than
Just make
where
it.
you need to hit it. Yeah, just make the shot,
Yeah,
okay?
just make this one. Huge early shot for Maddie Bear. Playing out turn, peel weight, trying to hit it on the nose.
Curl!
It's curling now. It's going to be close. Spills off, but
Okay.
moves 2 out, so steal of 2
Two, right?
Definitely 2, yeah.
for red,
That one's not close.
and a 2-0 lead at the least. They're taking a look for third count just to
Yeah,
make
I think
sure.
it's 3.
Now they're
Yeah,
saying maybe
3.
3. 3 it is, so a steal of 3 in the first
3 red.
for Anderson and Stopera. They lead 3-0 after 1.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Yep.
Opening steal of 3 for Sarah Anderson and Andrew Stopera. Leading 3-0 now at the start of the second end. Anderson made that perfect freeze on her first shot of the first end, and that rock clear ended up scoring a point, I believe.
Mine's
So
okay.
That
that
first
all-important
rock.
shot. Yep.
It's big.
Leave it open. Leave it open. How deep?
Top 8. I got close.
Yep.
There's a food delivery.
Look at you.
Wow.
Curl it in. Curl it in. Curl.
Thanks, Lance.
Mr. Moores comes in with the sandwich.
Good sweep. Way to
Oh,
drive.
it's Dr. Moore's.
Dr. Moores.
It actually is.
He's got doctor to his name, huh?
Yeah.
How come he doesn't use
Very
that?
fancy.
Like I wouldn't have doctor attached. I would introduce myself as Dr. Wheeler.
I tried to put it on a couple things, and he was like, please don't.
I have to confess.
One of them was an airline ticket, though, so that's fair.
I have to say I don't know what he's a doctor of.
Easy off.
Something science-y.
It's close, Maddie.
Shoot. Physics?
Close.
No, physics was his undergrad.
It's always curl. Go
Well, I
ahead.
guess
Yep.
we'll have to ask
You'll
Lance
have to
when we
ask
get to
him.
the second half.
Just tune in for the
because
second half.
his blushing
Yep,
bride
you gotta
doesn't
go
know
low.
what he's a doctor of.
Easy.
He tells me some
Good
things
judge, Aidan.
that he does at
Really
work
good judge.
sometimes, and
Beautiful.
my go-to is smile and nod.
Yeah, well, that's nice. The science is nice. That's good. Claire, did you see on this sheet, was there any difference in speed going away in the odd ends or coming back in the
Over
even ends
away.
like there was on C?
I think it was. I think there was a little bit. We were actually seeing it a little bit faster going away than coming home.
That's what we saw on
Yeah.
C pretty much the entire week.
Yeah.
Probably half of the games we noticed a significant difference, like a half second sometimes.
I don't think it
going
was
away.
as big on this sheet, but let's use the timer.
We do have that option. Good position. Top of the 8-foot there from Stopera. There is a short little run in. I think they said back 12. Oldenburg playing the intern.
Race close.
Clean.
Hair heavy.
Yes. Slow.
Like their shooter to stick around somewhere in that area
Right
too
foot.
if this
Yes.
is made. Maybe move that red stone just to the open. Really good
pretty
line
good,
there.
yeah.
Do it.
Hard
Really
ready.
nice.
That's a great shot by Oldenburg.
Good.
Good call.
Well done.
Nice weight.
Those taps come into play a lot more in doubles. I don't see them
Probably like
being
a
used a
sliver
lot in
high.
four-person, but in doubles,
Do it.
it's like you
Inside
better have
outside.
draw weight
Okay.
and back 8 weight. And the key is knowing the difference between back 8 and draw weight.
I threw one of the two and you said they were important. I should have made the shot. And we've said many times too, Sean Olison, head ice makers, ice is very rewarding for good throws.
Oh,
It
for
will
sure.
punish you if you're a little up.
Yep.
Be weight sensitive. Same thing with a line. If you pop it a little bit, it doesn't come back very well. So Stopera firing this run back on the center guard.
Good shot.
Pretty good.
Oh, almost gets the back one too, but good result.
Top
It
four.
makes me feel like I'm rubbing the
Okay.
sleep out of my eyes on the blur. That's not me, right? That's
I know you're
Think a
you're
little
fine.
less.
You could have said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Oldenburg playing the out turn this time. Made a couple good ones early.
Just want to tuck a piece here. Oh, it's running.
Race close.
Always curl.
Gonna let it grind a little.
It's getting better.
Trying to tuck a
15-3.
piece, you heard, and get around this
Keep it moving. It's really
red
good.
stone.
Got a good
Really
one.
starting to curl. It's going to be tight to
Go
that
a little
rock.
further. A
now.
little further. Beautiful. Good spot.
Really good. We've seen now this is the third time we've had both of these teams. We've seen Maddie Bear get really aggressive with sweep calls numerous times in these games, and she's right just about every time, getting really tight to guards and rocks they're going around to get the best result. You see that one there? That's perfectly done on both ends of the equation.
So you want to move this here?
And Claire, as somebody who's played a lot of doubles, I mean, that's a live by the sword, die by the sword mentality, because with only two people, you don't really have nearly as good a read on line. So if you're going to be aggressive at it,
I mean, it should go.
you don't have the best view all the time.
Okay.
right,
Sure.
right. And I think Maddie and Aidan play. I think she holds broom for him every time. So she can see a lot more rocks. She gets to see 3 in a row, which is helpful. I think that's what I do with Lance. You can just get a better handle on lines, and her calling the rocks like that, you can just tell that she's got confidence with it.
Stopera just playing the hit on the open stone. I think they're trying to maybe lose both and get action here so there's nothing to freeze on. Does still stay there, so a couple options now for Baron Oldenburg.
We do this. That's not bad too, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes it pretty hard. We don't want to overroll it. Might give her that, but that's
I
hard.
should probably roll away.
That was kind of interesting.
Roll
there, and
away,
I-
smarter to get to.
Let me
think
preface
so.
this with I tell my teams I like to ask dumb questions. So you let me know if this is a dumb question.
that.
But
11-5.
not having hammer and getting rid of
Yeah.
backing seems interesting. But
It's
it
mostly,
works out. 'cause
yeah.
They
In this situation, if that rock wasn't there really isn't a good spot to draw to
Right.
get more than 2.
right.
So with it there, you could either freeze and make them have to blast it out or hit and roll under cover. And with the roll, you can get to a spot you couldn't with a draw. So I think that was the thought process there. It's not a normal one for, as you said, not having hammer. But
Yes.
it's the only way they can get to a spot where they have a chance to score 3. And now that's what they're attempting to do.
Hard, hard, hard. No roll on it. Let it sit.
And may have just overcurled a little bit.
Go, go, go.
Ends up still in the house, but
You can pick it. It's a
wait.
little scary,
It's a
but,
little
Third
scary if
count.
you ever over curl.
I don't know.
yeah, interesting decision now.
Freeze it. And if we
They
ever,
talked
like,
about the pick,
we could try to draw
but
here.
if it overcurls and you pick your own out,
We
then
draw
it's a
here,
free
then-
draw for 4.
It's tough. It's still 2.
Yeah.
And you can try to make this double, and if you air, they're picking for 3 probably.
I think this is pretty safe.
What's your thought here,
Yeah.
Claire? What do you like?
A tap.
This
not
is
roll.
Sarah's last. I think.
It is hard.
I mean,
but it's safe.
they're up 3. It's
Yeah.
still
But
early. Giving up
we-
1 isn't the worst.
If
So I
we pick
kind of
this
like
and
the
roll out,
freeze,
they're maybe picking that
even
one.
if you just
For 2.
Two.
tap it a hair.
Tough.
I think it's this.
Okay.
Drawing around it is pretty good too.
Yeah, I think they're playing something similar to what you're talking about, just playing the draw and not risking picking that out and maybe picking your own, which would be your worst case scenario. If you throw the draw, very likely 2 is your worst case scenario as long as you don't place it
think it can just
really
be like
poorly,
each left
over
ice
curls and
and
corners
ice
on your own red,
And be
or
able to curl it in there.
bumps off and leaves a double with that red stone.
Yeah. And with it being so early, you know, getting that draw weight dialed in is never a bad thing. Goes by quick though, those 8 ends.
Anderson's final stone for her team in the second. Outturn draw. Either a freeze or get a piece behind the number 1 counter would be
Leave it
ideal.
high
Top
I can get
8
it to the
could
yellow.
be trouble if it's on the wrong line.
then. Go, 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 go. You got it.
And now
Keep it
stopping,
going,
they're
keep it
trying to
going.
decide
Keep it
where they
going,
want to
yep,
leave it.
Yep. Straight.
Got caught in between a little bit, it looks like.
Boy, you could try to play this thin for 4.
I like going for it.
I think I agree. I mean,
Like
you
you're touching here.
even if you miss the top
like
red,
it?
there's a decent chance you still get
Which turn are
2.
you throwing?
Yeah, I don't think you're hitting the yellow before you hit that top red on the 4-foot there.
do
So
you think I
play
need to?
tight ice.
Yeah, just a
I think
little
so. You're not
redirect.
gonna hit
And
all of this rock. You're gonna hit the back side of it.
Enough to move it. Okay. On the inside of the broom here, right?
Yeah, you
it's one of those where you're kind of throwing it at the space and then just hoping it curls up to make contact with that red. I like the call. You're playing to try to get into the playoffs. You're down 3-0. Might as well have a go at it and get a good early read on the throw, too. If you don't
Right.
think it's going to get there, try to sweep to hold the line so you stay for 2 instead. I don't know if there's space between those to roll. I think if you're on the inside, it's probably safe regardless. Like, you should get a
Right.
stopper from that red.
Right.
So I don't think there's much danger. The only bad miss would be over curling
I guess I don't
too
mind a
thick
hair
or
more
catch
ice
your
than
own
we were
yellow.
looking at.
Is yellow sitting 1
you
right
gotta
now?
hit
It
probably
looks
about
like it from the
2/3.
overhead.
So yeah. Wrecking on the way top is probably safer than than it hanging out, you know.
Hard to tell which is shot, but may not matter in a second. Final stone. Maddie Bear playing this redirect double, possibly for 4. Needs to get up a little bit.
Fun
Moves
enough?
it.
Pretty good.
Could be
2 at
3.
least.
It's at least 2.
I think it's 3.
Have any thoughts, Sarah? Should I Check if the rings are off.
Still talking. Looks to be
I've
3.
been told never trust the vinyls. Never trust the rings. If you think it's close, you measure.
They're probably conceding the third, looks like.
We touched it. I don't know if we touched it enough.
No,
Just measure it, Aidan.
Measure.
I guess
They're going to measure. Well, we'll take yellow and go with the players then. Undefeated on the week on measurement calls.
See if the rings are good.
Okay, I'll stick with you then.
All right. I'm just listening to the players here.
measuring for 3.
I don't think that we've had a measurement in the feature game that
Really?
I've been on since the 3rd game. Because I think we had one in each of the first 3 or maybe 3 out of 4. And then there hasn't been one since, which for doubles is unusual.
Yeah.
With all those rocks piled up around the center.
Yeah.
First one I drifted a little.
You like the call?
I think we should have the crowd start a chant whenever they think they should have a measure.
No, sorry, at first.
Get
I'm
the
all for
more
crowd
involved.
chants at any
Yeah,
point.
get them more involved.
Just no waves.
They can hear us, right?
Yeah,
I thought
speak
it
loud enough, then they can hear it on the
and we were
screens
off
there.
it for so long, it came off.
What was that?
I said I had one that didn't even touch our stone.
Oh, really?
Well, you know.
Well, we're touching yours first, so.
Hopefully you can get past your stone.
Yeah.
See where the pressure gauge goes to on this red.
I love this game.
I think that's 5.
Just
like
past
5.
5, yep.
Aidan, move.
Aidan's gonna kill us on that one.
Yellow.
Yellow it is.
You win.
4-0 on measurements for the week.
There's 3 yellow.
And a tie game.
3 yellow.
3-3 after 2 ends of play. With this second end break, let's talk to you about our good friends with Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years. It's proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, they have all the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. Right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USACurling10 at checkout. Visit at stevescurling.com for all your curling needs. Matching threes to start this game. On to the third end of our feature matchup on sheet D.
Not a little light.
Good ad.
Maddie
good
Bear
ad.
and Aidan Oldenburg
Running
coming
nice.
back with a 3 of their own after winning that measurement.
Waist close.
Tyler George
Okay,
here with
line's
Claire
great,
Morris.
straight. Line's good.
Claire, no shortage of points early. Classic
Nope.
mixed doubles
Line's good,
game.
easy.
Good to see Maddie and Aidan come back with that 3 of their own. We got a ball game,
Nice sweep on it, Aidan.
Exactly. Doubles is
Great.
anyone's game.
Nice shot.
except mine.
3s, 4s, doesn't matter.
Not bad.
Now we only have 2 ends left with Claire,
Try to give you that back.
supposedly, unless she
Supposedly.
decides
Okay, though.
Lance doesn't get to come into the booth too. Mr. Morse. Dr. Morse.
Doctor.
Doctor of Science. Sciencey
Science
things.
things.
Key line back
Hey,
Okay, okay.
I know it. I just don't know it right now.
John, can we get Dr. Lance Wheeler for when he comes in too on the screen?
Oh, please do that.
Hard! Hard straight! Hard straight!
This over curling and wrecks the guard on Sarah's draw after a very nice start to the end from Maddie Bear. Momentum shifting a little bit right now.
That turn is the one that we were seeing curl a little bit more.
That's why we
Last
pay you
night.
the big bucks, Claire.
Yeah. Do what I can.
We pay you in sandwiches brought by your doctor husband.
Gotta sit a little.
Aidan Oldenburg playing the same intern path. A lot of rotation on this one.
Really needs a curl.
Weight's not bad.
I should have a rotation counter.
Yeah.
14,
I'd say
7.
there's
You
got
gotta
to be
go back.
6 or 7 on this one.
You're good. You're by. You're by.
It's going to go by that stone. So a little bit of a missed opportunity there for
Okay.
Bear and Oldenburg. If they could have locked that stone onto their own on the right angle,
Okay.
you're really in control of the end. And probably would have seen a bailout from Stopera.
Okay.
Especially with
Just off the nose.
Yeah, we're seeing it anyways right
Throw
now.
the out, Sarah.
Andrew does lean towards hit and bail more than draw. We've seen it in mixed doubles and in the men's game as well. He really feels comfortable playing those hits. When you're making them, it's a weapon.
Yeah, a lot of times if that first rock isn't perfect in doubles,
I wasn't expecting
you're
it to,
probably peeling or running
Yeah,
something.
put it right back.
Got a little bit of a fortunate break there too.
Better
Good
to
result.
guard the
Good
center
throw,
line a bit
so it was
more.
very close to what they're trying to make. But shooter rolls over to a corner guard, covering their own, and removes that other yellow counter.
You like a
So
little
only
left,
one
right,
yellow
for your
in,
left?
and the center is
I
open.
think same. I was pretty aggressive last time.
Okay.
This might see a little more of a traditional curling end now for what's left of it. We will be keeping a close eye on the other matchups with 5 teams still in contention in this final round robin draw. Tiebreakers not certain, but very possible.
Pretty likely.
The winner of this game will at
Okay, I gotta sit
absolute
down.
worst be in a tiebreaker
Are you
scenario.
in?
No.
Okay, we're really over
Claire, the
curling.
good
Yep.
thing is, because
Get
of
it
the way
past
these
that red.
games are lined up, we don't believe, and I don't want to say for certain, that any team will be eliminated without playing on the ice
You
Want
want
to
to sweep?
sweep it?
Yeah.
for a tiebreaker
this pool.
purpose. In this
Yeah,
pool,
like that.
yes.
If I
Because
Try to,
I was.
Yeah,
don't wanna
you were
overroll.
tied,
I'm a
but
little
not in a
salty.
position that would
Roll and you don't have to care about the back.
cause a
like
tiebreaker
to get that.
game.
Yeah.
We'd like to lie 1-2.
You
though.
should
yeah,
be
yeah.
salty. That's the
know.
correct
This is the
reaction
first
after
end,
these
right?
because
Yeah.
I've been salty
Like,
a
is it
lot
okay,
of
or do you want
times
less for, like,
Yeah.
in the
25?
curling world from that stuff.
Sometimes
touch
the
less.
paper doesn't really show what week felt like.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It is a fickle game. Stopera playing the intern after that guard over-curled from Oldenburg.
Hard!
Trying to hit and roll off of that #1 counter. This is really curling.
Oh.
Going to jam and lose their own stone. So not a good result there. And Claire, a couple
guard.
options now. They're calling the guard immediately. The other option would be to hit your own and sit
Maybe
free.
one more.
You like the guard here with how the rocks are set up?
I think so.
really
I mean, you've
impressed.
already got a semi-guard on this left side here, and you're sitting shot rock above the tee line. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to place it perfectly to get a good result because of the rock you mentioned, both the red guard and the yellow rock on the top of the 12-foot helping.
Yeah, you could be splitting center. Probably not much more than that over. You can show them one side of the rock, but
Yeah, this
Not
is
too
one
much.
you want to make sure you take enough broom
yes.
and try to walk it down. Granted, you don't want to leave the hole because that's the side
Race
that they
good.
need to hit to miss the backing,
It's always
Right.
curl.
but you do have the helper guards.
Go when you can.
This is still
Can't go.
spinning, not really curling.
Looks like it's going to be a tighter guard.
Keep working it.
Don't want to
Yep,
leave
hard.
that hole. Got to
Keep
finish
going.
now.
Gotta go. Cover more. Okay.
That extra rotation, I think,
return?
just
Yeah.
kept it out there.
Forward this time, probably?
Yeah, that's
The weight
again
looked
took
touched
plenty,
down to me
but
last
that
time.
Well, I had to try
helicopter
harder to-
spin, as you said,
Get it through the hole and not
help
hit
a line
those.
out.
Yeah, maybe 10-5.
Okay. Yeah. What'd you say on
It
the
looks
last
better with
I
that
thought the
view
weight
on the
might have
left
been a
than it does on
touchdown.
the right.
Yeah,
Looks easier.
one? What do you like? Like,
heard
that
10-5
yellow?
from
Yeah,
Stopera,
looks good.
I think
and
it's like
you
a
can't really play soft to miss the backing, like really soft,
No.
because it has to stay straight once it gets by the guard, or it jams anyways. So 10-5 is about the least weight you can throw.
Better.
Close. Yep. Whoa! Close. Yep.
They want to hit about
Whoa.
2/3 if they
Whoa.
can.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Ends up rolling out. So maybe a little overthrow. That looked like more than 10-5, I think.
Yeah,
Pop a little, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I have the buttons. They're right there.
It's a lot of responsibility. You got to pay
Like
attention to
9-5.
me. You got to pay attention to the game.
Yeah.
You got a sandwich sitting there
Yeah,
distracting you
Trying to
that you
roll
haven't
this
touched
with a
yet.
beer.
I think so.
Okay.
You have a
You got it.
beverage of some sort.
I mean, a beverage.
Yeah, a water. So, open hit through the hole, and I think you play this one fairly firm here, just to make sure you take the ice out of it. You can still get a roll, but
Yeah.
the softer you throw this, the harder it makes the shot with the way the port's set up.
I like
Yeah.
9-5.
Just
I
get
like
rid of the rock.
9-5 too. I'm gonna
You're going to
tighten
have
up where I
a
took
draw
my
of
ice
some sort
initially.
no matter what.
I heard Maddie say 9-5, so about normal,
ran pretty
which
straight
is
here.
fine.
You got it.
Got a read off of Andrews, they said, too, which really didn't curl very much. He was probably close to 10.
Whoa.
Final stone from Maddie. A little pop on the release.
Curl.
That one's going to need to curl.
Yep.
Yeah, you just saw
Not
that
quite.
on the release. Just kind of looked like it was rushed a little bit almost, and that pop on the throw. Unfortunate for Maddie, and that'll be a draw for 2 now instead of, at worst, a force.
She threw a rock.
Get right here. So I'm thinking out here.
Okay.
I don't think there was anything wrong with the weight. You heard Oldenburg say it was a rocket, but just popped out a little bit. Maybe a combo of both.
Could be.
So maybe
Again, so many things you have to focus on, just like you here in the
To do
booth.
all the
Weight
things.
and line and staying balance
Try to
coming
do a
out of the
nice,
hack.
Yeah.
and
Positive release.
Listen to your
That's
teammate.
nice. Just probably what? 3,
Life
4
is
feet
hard,
forward?
Claire.
yeah.
It
like-
There's
is.
so much going on
it's like
all the
first
So
time.
much
rock
going
in
on.
practice, so a little bit.
So many
Right, I did fall.
responsibilities.
Final stone from Sarah Anderson. Looking for a draw for 2.
Okay, I can't hurt it.
Going out wide
Good.
as opposed to trying to go through the port.
good.
Plenty of room out there, but a little guess on the weight.
Weight's good.
Not curling at all.
Claire,
not
maybe you've seen a
curling
few
at all.
tenths slower usually in the outside.
Yeah, this last game, it was actually pretty solid. The speed wasn't that much different.
At 14-5, and that ends up just fine. Nice throw from Sarah.
Good throw.
And they will get there too to go ahead 5-3 after 3 ends of play. And we'd like to tell you about Warm Room Hero. Warm Room Hero is more than just software. They're curlers dedicated to building long-term relationships with your club. Warm Room Hero provides continuous support to ensure your website exceeds your members' expectations. Check out Warm Room Hero today at curling.club. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. A look around the sheets in this extremely important final round robin draw for Sheet B. Hamilton leading Burr and Burr 3-2. They are at 4-2, trying to get to 5-2. Another 4-2 team, Anderson Richardson leading 3-1 over Podol and Perry on Sheet C. And on Sheet E, Weldon and Franey with a 5-2 lead on Geving and Schuster. That has major implications for the playoff seeding going forward, with Geving and Schuster at 4-2, needing a victory. And again, our feature sheet, 5-3, Anderson and Stopera leading over Bear and Oldenburg. And Claire, that 5-2 lead for Weldon and Franey over Geving and Schuster, definitely a bit of a surprise, and need a rally from John and Eileen to maybe stay alive for playoff contention.
Yeah, Bree and Sean can definitely surprise some players. They practice a ton in Denver. They play a lot of events. Maybe not necessarily doubles, but they're out there all the time playing and practicing.
That one over curling from Maddie, a little frustrated right now.
Good sweep.
Just had a little down, I think.
I think it was close to top 8, right?
Probably close with the sweep, yeah.
So advantage Anderson and Stopera early in this fourth.
Top 4.
Trying to carry over momentum from the previous end again.
Yes, line! Yes, line! Hard!
Even though we're only in the fourth,
four,
Claire, it
top
feels
eight.
like the momentum has shifted
yep,
3 times in this game already.
We can.
To get by, to get by!
We don't want to buy.
Yeah, one
slight
rock and then can make that difference. It's crazy.
Yeah, smart call there by Stopera.
Good judge.
Sarah screaming to try to get it by, but Andrew, knowing he was light, didn't want it to get by. If it does,
Like
it
nose.
overcurls and staggers the guard. Now maybe
Firm.
Bear and Oldenburg could play a soft hit and sit too. Instead, guard it up and they have to play a run. So Andrew's saying, I know how I missed this stone. I'm not going to sweep it. Claire, we got a comment on the YouTube stream too that they're loving the banter between the commentators right now. And I told Rory that that's a good thing because we weren't stopping doing it regardless. Although it might change a little bit with the good doctor coming in after the break.
Is it the same line or is it less?
I don't
Same
remember
line
what
or
I've
less?
said, so thanks for that.
We were over curling that.
But I'm
Trying
gonna
to
throw
come
like
up with
6
something
feet
witty.
more.
but I
Welcome
don't
to my
remember
world.
anything.
I said something funny? Oh,
I'll
that's
give you a
nice.
touch less then.
Right? Like it's a T-line weight shot.
T-line weight from Stopera. I believe they're going to try to cross that stone and tap it to stagger with a Christmas tree underneath their own. They don't really feel comfortable just continuing to guard, apparently.
Do you know why it's called a
T-back-
Christmas tree?
T-back
I
four.
said Christmas tree during our game, and I was like, well, I mean, I know why. Like,
Back
I know
four.
why the shape looks like
Yeah,
that, but why a
that's why.
Christmas? Why not like a triangle?
T-line.
Clean!
Because
Straight,
it's,
yep.
Or
the
a
light.
triangle edge is just straight. Like
That's
this is
true.
like this. It's a zigzag that goes out, like the branches.
Why is it not a pine tree then?
Because Christmas is more festive and
Okay.
sounds better.
Okay,
'Cause those are pine trees.
that's true. I said we want a Christmas tree in our game, and I had a moment where I was like, is that actually a saying?
Do you want us to just call it a tree?
No.
And take all the fun
There's
out
too
of it?
many trees. Like it could, bonsai tree doesn't make sense.
No, that's
Oak tree.
bonsai
doesn't
tree
make
would be
sense.
just the 4-foot circles at all times in mixed doubles. Just a mess everywhere. Run back here from Oldenburg.
Good throw.
Pretty good result. Leaves one red there, but
The intern's a little
much better
tight. Get
situation
there.
than
I
it
can play the
was.
wide.
Yeah, this might be easier.
Maddie calling her teammate an artist on that throw. That's the only way I know how to throw rocks. It's artistry. Just
Artistry.
find a way.
Some theatrics.
Yep, abstract art. Out-turn come around for Stopera here, trying to come around the outside behind their own red stone. Much easier path, Claire, to get to where they need to on this shot than coming down the middle.
Okay.
Especially
Feels
this
there
line
right
is a little outside the
Don't
draw
wanna go.
path, but it's
Close!
This
similar
line.
enough that
T-line.
it's
Close! Yep!
going to be more readable than
Straight!
the
Straight!
inside
Straight!
path.
Hard! Hard!
Probably similar to what
Hard! Yep! Get it
Sarah
by.
threw
Go,
on
go,
her
go,
last
go, go.
in the
Great
third.
sweep.
Same side of the sheet. Look at
Really
that shot.
nice.
It's even going to
Way to
poke
go.
out a little on the other side, maybe. completely buried. Well done by Stopera.
See you in one more run.
Okay.
So if you ever even spill it, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now you're just about dead nose here, maybe a sliver low.
Are they
for the
running
run.
it?
Yep,
Okay.
unless they lied, which they could. So Oldenburg, very similar to what he just threw. Throws it as good as he threw the first, then they may get both and would be buried probably underneath the guard too. Very urgent call from, I believe, Regan Burr
Is
in the
that who that
background
was?
there. I think I know that voice. It's a run back from Oldenburg. Trying to hold the line.
Okay, good
Just
try.
whiskers by. So now it's about making the score as difficult as possible.
Really close.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's nice to have all those corner guards, but it'd be better if there were a couple rocks in there.
Didn't know what to do.
As
Yeah.
the hammer team.
Yes. Yeah, that's taking away their draw path now. And this is very well thought out by Stopera and Anderson, saying we can draw in.
Whatever you like, though.
We don't have to guard, because if they come into the side of the 8-foot or side of the 4-foot, so there's no roll in off of it, you can't make the double and get shot. Out turn come around attempt from Sarah Anderson. Really need to get this buried.
I got there.
And if not, then they need to sweep it deep enough there's no in off.
Line's okay. Curl. Curl, curl, curl.
No in off, and hopefully within the 8
Curl.
foot. I'll count that one that's biting the 8 foot
Curl.
up top.
Right.
Curl it.
Line's getting better.
Oh, wait.
Doesn't
Just a hair light.
quite get there, so the double still will be to score if they play it,
If you want
which
to
I think is probably the only way to score right now.
Yeah, it's just on the inside of it right here.
Yep, just on the inside edge.
Yeah.
Looks easier
It's
to
not
me.
a gimme double,
draw
double
like
by
it?
any means.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm gonna tighten up my ice just a little bit. I'm
Sure.
coming a
You
little
throw it.
wide
What
on
kind of
some
weight are you throwing?
Just I like firm.
You like firm?
Yeah, 'cause I want to make sure if we touch it, we're still
Sure.
rolling it enough.
Firm, you're putting your broom like just on the inside?
Right there.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So Maddie tightening the ice for this shot because she feels that she's consistently flaring her out turn right now on these hits. So important to just throw it the same way that you have been then.
Right.
You know, don't have this be the one that you throw pure, and hopefully you're brooming yourself correctly based
Right.
on how you've been throwing the stone.
Okay, you got it.
So we'll know if this ends up being a little on the inside, that she probably threw it pretty good.
Right. Not how she thinks she's feeling it.
Final stone
Yes.
for Maddie Bear.
Hard.
And this one is on the inside,
Hard.
over curling
Uh-oh.
already. Don't want to roll out and give them that extra point.
Sit down.
Sit.
Gonna be close. Yeah, just stops
Right.
in time to only give up the one, so not a disaster. But probably threw that one pretty pure.
Yep. At least, you know how to throw it right these times.
And we are at the break now, 6-3, Stopera and Anderson with the lead. And halfway through, it's time for the Broom Fitters break. Broomfitters.com is the place for good curling gear and fast shipping on everything curling. For a limited time, take 10% off your first order with the code USA. Visit broomfitters.com.
asking the hard-hitting questions that you want to hear. Welcome to On the Couch with Scott Strauss.
Welcome to Conversations on the Couch with Scott Strauss here at the Fourth End Break. So, Ben, Taylor, you're required to wear a Halloween costume all month, every single day. Work, pleasure, what do you wear?
One of those like giant M&Ms.
The giant M&M.
It was the guy from Halloween. Is it Mike Myers? Yeah, Mike Myers. Yeah, I already have I have the costume like in my closet.
So do you do that pretty regularly then?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Dress up
Every other week.
Roll with it.
Yeah, just put it on. Yeah.
Okay. You get picked up. You're in jail. Who do you call?
Sarah.
Sarah. Great. So like Bigfoot, real or myth?
I think he's real.
Yeah. Taylor?
Might go no on that.
No.
I'm from Washington. That's like where he's the biggest. So.
Right. Yeah. So, who is the superhero and who is the villain on your team?
I'm the villain. I'm the
Alright.
superhero.
Thank you. We watch a superhero show. So.
And who is that superhero?
So you're the superhero. Wonder Woman?
And you can be Homelander.
Oh gosh. Okay. You probably don't know who Homelander is.
Adele?
I don't think you want to know.
I was just asking. I'm trying to keep it pleasant out here, you know?
Sure. Open up the gate, bitches got a lot to say.
Well,
Pitter patter.
let's get out of here.
Thank you.
Okay, I like the end.
Okay. Yep.
I think it should be so nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Second half of our feature matchup between Andrew Stopera, Sarah Anderson taking on Aidan Oldenburg and Maddie Bear. 6-3 Stopera and Anderson leading. Here at the 2024 USA Curling Mixed Doubles
Top four.
National Championship, Tyler George now joined by Dr. Lance Wheeler. After his blushing bride spent the first 4 ends. There you go, see? Doctor right on the screen.
Doctor is in, Ty.
The doctor is in the house. Lance, thanks for joining us.
Good. Happy to be here.
Claire was saying that either you were coming in or you were getting her another water to drink here in the booth.
It's a team effort everywhere.
She had also mentioned you have the Mixed Nationals coming up in your home club in Denver, Colorado very soon.
About a month out, yeah. I mean, doubles translates very nicely. Get the draw weight dialed in.
And got good insight on this sheet, too. So for myself, this is the first game I've called this entire week that wasn't on sheet C.
Okay.
So I could tell you everything about sheet C right now. But D, no idea whatsoever, and Claire gave some good insight on the side curling more coming down this direction. You see that one hanging out a little bit. Again, the misses have been on the straight side on that side of the sheet.
And it seems to change as a function of time. So I think that straightness gets straighter as you keep playing. So you'll probably see it affect him later in this game.
Top four. T-line.
Straight, you can.
Can.
Your line's good.
Stopera playing that same intern side.
Close.
Line's good, line's good.
Heels there.
Very important end for Bear and Oldenburg to try to stay in this matchup, and
Curl, line's good. Straight, 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 straight.
a loss wouldn't necessarily eliminate them from playoff contention. All depends on what happens in the other games. We did see Weldon and Franey with a 5-2 lead on Geving and Schuster, which definitely would throw things for a loop for the playoff seeding and possible tiebreaker situations.
Yeah, last I saw, I think Geving Schuster got a deuce, so I think it's 5-4 now.
5-4 now. That's the updates we pay in the big bucks for. And here with this matchup, again, the winner will still be alive regardless of the results of the other games. Could possibly be straight into the playoffs. But very unusual to have 5 teams tied for one spot, or at the number 1 spot, I should say, for 3 spots in the playoffs.
Okay, good.
And every single game in this final round-robin draw has playoff implications.
Yeah, I think looking at the pool before this thing started, I'm not surprised it turned out this way. A lot of talent in that pool.
10-5 normal.
And are you a guy that's rooting for chaos? You know, like 4 and 2 teams, tiebreakers?
I love chaos, yeah. Although the stance changes a little bit when it adds on time in the booth. I don't think I'd really mind doing an extra game, though, at this point. When the playoffs are at stake, those games are fun to do anyways. But, yeah, if I'm sitting home and there's a tie and a possible situation where there could be 3, 4, or 5 teams tied for any number of spots, give me the chaos. Give me everything possible. The Ice Makers will hate you for saying that, but
you can say whatever you want in the booth.
That's exactly right, or from your living room at home.
Whoa. Yep.
In-turn hit and roll here. Overrolls just a touch, but still decent position.
Yeah, a little pocket there.
Really like to roll in or just freeze, maybe unlock that back stone if you're Bear and Oldenburg. So maybe like a back 8s, back 12 type of weight.
Yeah, scoring lots of points gets hard if you don't unlock that back stone. I think they're looking to stay close to nose that red one and move that yellow out of the rings or out of the back forefoot there.
Yeah, the other option would be to play something with maybe through the house weight on the opposite side and try to double bump the reds, roll in a hair and unlock that stone. Now you have both reds behind the tee line.
Yep.
You'd be in front of them. But I think they want to get shot right now too, which is why they're playing the shot they are.
Yeah, doubles is a game of patience. I think keeping rocks in front of the forefoot and waiting for a miss. You can get a big end or just take that one if you need it.
Trying to get this to turn over and at least bounce off their own to roll into the button. Not a bad result, but would have liked to get a little more of a roll.
If I bump it a touch, it's good.
Buzz in the building here today too, Lance. Really nice crowd for these Saturday draws, expecting every bit as many people for the playoff games once we get there, but wonderful turnout from the good people of Traverse City throughout the week and building to our playoff games.
It has been just an absolutely awesome place to play and to watch. It's been a really special place, I think.
Coach Mark Lazar there looking only moderately perturbed today as he's not under the draft on the opposite end of the club.
Yeah, the wind tunnel on the way sheet there.
You can tell with Mark if his arms aren't crossed. He's not too upset, so he's doing okay right now.
Close. Close.
Back 8.
Close. Curl.
It's a motivating factor for that team, too, I think.
Curl.
What arm position is Mark Lazar in right now?
Uh-oh, coach is upset. Those arms are crossed. The chin's down.
Good.
Intern tap from Stopera unlocks that rock in really good position now for Anderson and Stopera.
They have this all day.
We probably bumped this one.
It's not.
Yeah, we can get to the inside and bump it just like to here.
Be really good. Yeah, you can. Side curl.
Yeah, I think we got to try it.
I like it.
So now trying to unlock those
Yeah.
on the side we were talking about on the previous shot.
Yeah.
I think that's your best way in. You kind of have to leave that red one on the top of the forefoot, which may play into a slash into the pocket of these stones, unfortunately for Baron Oldenburg. But if you can get to the inside, where you bump that top rock too, could be a catcher for it on that slash.
Yeah, making this one's really important here. It's going to set them up.
Oldenburg with the out-turn tap. Probably back 12 weight, somewhere in there. Good clean throw there.
Easy.
Maybe a hair on the outside early.
It's always curl.
This line should go.
Still curl.
Yeah, this is the line that we expect to go, as you mentioned. Now it's really curling. Looking pretty good now.
That's great.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it doesn't quite push that rock far enough, I don't think. But
That was really good.
Hard to score more than one.
Yeah.
I think.
sitting shot.
Makes that top yellow rock to use. So
Yeah.
I think it was an improvement for sure.
Kind of hit half a rock probably.
Even if you get to nose, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, half is good.
Half's good. Half just.
Just tap it to here.
Okay. So I had you like about.
Okay.
So keep the curl the whole way, so I don't mind here.
You've had a long week, Ty. What have you learned in doubles this week?
Yeah, like back 8,
Anything
back
new?
12 even.
Oh boy.
Because even if
What
you
have
roll
I learned
off,
this week?
this is stuck here.
I've learned that draws to the forefoot are really important in mixed doubles. I've learned that position above the tee line is important. I learned it in every other mixed doubles tournament I watched too. And I also learned that Craig Brown is incredibly generous with his promotions for his products in the curling world, mainly because we made up about 10 of them over the course of the week.
How does Craig feel about these?
Well, we haven't heard from him, which I'm really disappointed about. I figured at some point word would have got through that people can show up to his door and get 90% off of his products
Give
with
the
a
address out.
$10,000 cap.
Whoa! Whoa!
So intern tap.
Curl! Curl!
They said they wanted to hit half a stone with this weight.
Good.
That's pretty good, and yeah, really difficult to get that red stone out now.
Try to pick it.
That's well
No,
executed.
I don't have any of it.
Hard to tell whose shot. If it's red, you probably have to try to
Throw it
move
away.
it. If it's yellow, then yeah, maybe you're just throwing it away. But
Definitely
maybe it
them.
looks red here, Lance.
But
It's looking red
I
to
don't think we can
me.
do anything
It's a
without
scary
hurting us.
pick if they
Giving
ever
them
play
four,
it.
yeah.
Like the only thing you could try is if you wanted to try to just tap
I don't
this
think
this
there's
way
harm in trying to just touch it.
with like back 8.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's right.
We just can't really touch ours.
Let's try it.
So I think just back 8.
That almost seems like too much.
Okay.
I think
four?
back 8's probably
Sure.
close to what you need. And it's one, Lance, you want to get aggressive on the line because your worst miss is wide. If you do push your own, that
Right.
can be where you give up more than one.
Yeah, any over curl is just a 1 here, so just got to be careful on that.
With the score as it is, you kind of have to take a go at it, though. And I think it's
Back
there.
hold
If
on
you
a
just,
sec. I don't even know if this is there.
You don't
Yeah,
think so?
No,
I
because
think it
the
may
red
be.
is always going to be stuck on the other red,
You don't think we can
and it's
touch
going to
it?
be full on the button. So
Okay.
I would hate to give him more than one.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if
So
you
I would
look
maybe
at
throw it away and use power play next time.
how much of the button they have right now and how
Okay,
much
if
they
you don't
would
think we can
have
bump it enough.
if
I
it
don't
jammed
think we
on that
can.
other
It's
red.
Like, it's real close, but like.
Is
just-
that any farther
it's
away
just
than it is
dangerous.
right now?
I think I'm with Aidan on this. I'm not sure one's there, and you might be able to hurt yourself.
Yeah, we'll trust them on that. They will throw it away and concede the 1 for red.
Boom. Made the-
Just wanted
made
to make
point.
sure to make
Okay,
the hit
one-
apparently back there. They're
One
going to
red,
take
one
a
red.
look just to make sure, but heard Aidan say 1 red,
One
so I
red.
don't think Andrew's going to argue with that.
No, they're pretty happy.
7-3, Stopera and Anderson leading after 5 ends. We're going to update you on the scores here as much as we can with the playoff implications. Hamilton leading Burr 6-3, looking to get to 5-2. Podol and Perry, Anderson, Richardson now 3-3 on sheet C. Anderson, Richardson needing a win to get to 5-2. Sheet E, Weldon, Franey, Geving, Schuster now tied up 5-5. Geving, Schuster, broken record, needed to get to 5-2 with a win. And our feature game, 2 4-2 teams, Anderson, Stopera, and Barron, Oldenburg, with a 7-3 lead for Sarah and Andrew. Tyler George here with Dr. Lance Wheeler. And Lance, this is getting messy with these other games. A couple of ties in games where the team absolutely needs to get a win to possibly get into the playoffs and at least avoid elimination. Could be tiebreakers, could be straight in. We're not even going to try to figure out exactly where they're going right now because all the head-to-heads and lost shot draws come into play with so many teams. But our crack staff here in the booth will immediately upon the finish of these games figure out who's in, who's not, if there's tiebreakers.
I think we got that chaos that we wanted.
Seemed a little hot, but not bad.
Nice chip on the guard there from Sarah Anderson to start the end. So important starting this power play for Barron Oldenburg.
They're trying to put the guard back, I believe.
Yeah, this is going to end up in the house. So really don't want to leave it in a spot that makes the double easier eventually. Can't hit it yet.
They can't hit yet.
Yeah, not good though. Sorry.
It might not be terrible because you're putting up a guard on your next shot likely for that one.
Yep.
So this shot important for Stopera to get this to be shot rock so that even if your opponent guards, you're out counting their other two.
Like back 12.
Bring it through?
Andrew doesn't like this one, says back 12.
Maybe.
Where?
And back 12 out of count would be the worst spot you could be, so he'd rather have it all the way through. Andrew's been throwing a lot of hits in this game too, so maybe just a little juiced up, and that one easily goes through. So Lance, door open now for Barron Oldenburg.
Yeah, easy to get in your head on these power plays too, and you're playing a little bit different lines and thinking it's going to be a little bit slower. Yeah, I expect a good guard for Aidan here.
Sitting 2 already.
Rate's good.
Trying to protect those 2 for now. And 3, I think, is your target
really
for this end. If you get 2, then you're still in this game. But cutting the deficit to 1 point, at least you feel like with likely one end having hammer left, you still have a chance to get back in this.
Good.
Yeah, I think we're going to have bombs away here from Andrew, so it's going to be Peel coming up here, I think.
He's got
like a third to get it over the top?
Yeah.
Half of it, and doesn't need to hit half to clear both.
That's right.
It's a big shot here from Stopera. Can hit a third, maybe a hair more. Both those yellows could go. Needs to curl right now. Just hits a quarter, so not enough, and that rock stays in. And now with where that guard was, Lance, it was perfectly guarding the second stone. So you can wrap around and really have a good chance to set up your 3.
Yeah, the angle here is really important because you know Andrew's throwing that guard in next time here.
Yeah, he's going to have one chance if you make this good to make the run and for them hopefully at least clear 1 stone. But opportunity knocks here now for Oldenburg and Bear. See if Aidan can wrap this in-turn draw around that corner guard. An ideal spot would be right on the nose of that stone. Plenty of room early.
Lots of room right now. Got to curl
If
mile.
you're going to be open, you probably want to go behind the other stone.
Behind or high,
behind?
Yeah.
Straight.
They can still get by if they sweep it. This might not be bad. Keep going.
Let's try.
Yeah, get that a little earlier. Probably could have buried it half behind there.
On that one.
Sweep.
A little more aggressive.
Yeah, I thought with how the first one ran, it was still
It looks
throwing
like
off
Andrew
one.
is happy to just get rid of one here.
Yeah, they have no problem conceding a 2 in this situation. They'll be using their power play very likely in the 7th with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I was thinking like a quarter into the 4 on this side, yeah.
Like that.
If this does roll off, you can go right back underneath that corner again, and you may see
Please down!
Anderson
Curl.
draw around their own red.
Curl. Clean.
Looks like it is going to stick around, though.
Straight. Hard roll.
That's a good shot there. No roll now to get under the corner as it'll roll into their own stone, I
Gotta
think.
freeze us out then.
Good.
Yeah.
We might go right into the side of this.
That's okay.
That's what it looks
Okay.
like.
You can roll the other way, too.
That would be
See,
my
now turn.
inclination right now, just because I don't know that rolling into your own, unless you think you're still half
Yeah.
buried,
Throw it either way.
if that's where you want to go.
I think just go into it. You like board?
He might sneak under with board.
You might catch the back side of the stone. I don't know that it's ever going buried underneath it. So board weight hit for Oldenburg, trying to roll towards that corner. You want to hit maybe half a stone on this roll. Last thing you want to do is nose. Yeah, really curling.
Whoa!
Might get it the other way here.
Big roll. Keep going.
Oh, look at this
Keep
roll
going.
now the other way.
You're good.
Pretty good. A little bit of a teaser.
Oh, that
So
grab.
hair tight out of hand, but good adjustment there by Maddie Bear.
I think I like killing it.
Play the roll the other way.
So that board weight,
Yeah.
you like board weight, I'm seeing like this maybe?
Yeah.
Probably a hair more than
okay with
half,
that.
Lance.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a big shot.
Like you should have like 2/3, I think.
You ever tight on this one? Three's back in play.
Like a thick half maybe. Just make it go away.
That third point would be extremely important for Bear and Oldenburg if they could get this to 7-6. Stopera say that Sarah should have 2/3 of this stone.
Nice board.
Yeah.
Board weight,
It'll go.
out turn side. Amen, Aidan. Looked like it came out clean. If anything, a hair tight.
Whoa!
Going.
Clean! Yep! Clean! Whoa!
Really
whoa.
turning over now,
Yep!
so
Yep!
it will make the hit. We'll see where it rolls to. Just rolls open, so it'll be a hit and stick for 2 for Madison
I
Bear.
don't mind board.
Yeah, I like that.
Yours really got
Let's see.
moving though.
Good job.
It's my only thing, so I don't mind like you like here.
Yeah, I like that. It's a little further back in the house too, so.
Okay.
Lance, this is one of those where you just play whatever weight you want, whatever you're comfortable with that you feel like you can stick with. And Maddie immediately said board, so shooter's choice.
Shooter's choice.
Just 11-5.
Yep.
If they said peel, I'd be a little concerned, but yeah, okay, if that's the one you like.
That's good.
I think on these people are usually choosing board because you can really control those, especially a sweeper like Aidan.
John, you might see Schnee or Sauce throw that one with peel. That's about it. Final stone, 6th end.
It's close.
Yes.
Madison Bear with a hit and stick for 2. Try to cut this
Clean.
deficit to 2. Just clean here
Clean.
from Oldenburg.
Yes.
Looks like a nice throw.
Yes. Clean.
Aidan feels as though he doesn't need to sweep that one with the call. Correctly so, and it is a 2.
Yellow.
So a 7-5 lead for Anderson and Stopera after 6 ends of play.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Another look at the scores in this all-important final round robin game for Pool B. Hamilton with a big score to end that game and get to that 5-2 record, 8-3 over Burr and Burr. On C, Podol and Perry retake the lead, 4-3 on Anderson and Richardson in the 6th. On E, Weldon, Franey, Geving, and Schuster tied at 5 after a steal of 2 from Eileen and John. And on our feature sheet, Sarah Anderson, Andrew Stopera leading Madison, Bear, and Aidan Oldenburg, 7-5 in the 7th. Power play in action for Anderson and Stopera.
Little light, if anything.
Girl! Whoa, straight!
Center guard thrown immediately by Madison Bear to try to set up a steal. Look at that tick shot made by Sarah Anderson. The dying art of the tick, Lance, with the no tick zone rule in the men's and women's game, but no such rule in mixed doubles.
A lot of upset leads out there.
Somewhere Lisa Weigel is shattering a wine glass against the wall. Love the story behind that, too, is with nobody really using that shot, and Homan saved that strategy basically for playdowns for the Scotties, I believe. And teams weren't prepared for it, and all of a sudden, even early in the game, Lisa was making those ticks. The Weigel, shout out to Lisa, innovator.
So that was by design. They pulled that thing out by surprise just to catch teams off guard?
That's the rumor, yes.
I hadn't heard that.
And if it's not true, it's still a good story, so we're sticking with it. But pretty sure it is. Another guard thrown. Now with 3 rocks already thrown, everything can be removed from play, so Stopera immediately throwing this peel. Rolls to the corner, and that's the upside of throwing it as hard as he did. That hit it just off nose, still rolled away from the center.
Same spot. Don't mind a little tighter.
I would venture to say Andrew's thrown more hits than any player in this field this week. Maybe Corey Dropkin, as they've had a lead for essentially the entire competition.
We're a little higher.
Baron Oldenburg just trying to find a way to get a steal.
Yeah, it's running a little different.
In worst case of force, so maybe you have a chance down by 3 in the final end.
Make it
for
good?
another guard if they can.
No, okay.
Just going to stop right in the top of the 12-foot.
Try to make this.
Yeah, a little
Still
bump
can
in.
be a guard.
Oh, all the way back there.
I don't know.
I was just thinking, like, push this probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of shrapnel out there.
Oh.
I think I'm throwing it hard. I mean, I can throw like firm. I just want to make sure it gets out of there.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised here, Lance. They're not peeling on the opposite side. It's way too thin to jam. But the roll here, even if you catch the back of that stone, you're opening up the draw path to play the freeze on your counter. Right now, that rock is blocking off the freeze. And you could draw around it too, but I don't know that I'd rather have them able to draw around the short guard or play back to the freeze.
Yeah, I agree. Guess we're going to see how this works out for them.
Only playing firm, so I think they're thinking if it does catch that stone, it still stays in the rings, but you don't want to roll dead sideways into it and leave a better guard to roll under like that.
Exactly right.
That's your worst case scenario on that shot. So, again, a little surprising. I think the margin for error on a steal just got a lot bigger for Baron Oldenburg with where that rock is. And now you can go underneath it. If they don't make the run, if you go back 8s, it's a long run. They don't make that, you can throw a second one in and at least make them play against 2.
Yeah, I think on this one they actually probably want to be at least T-line here because they're not falling with a draw.
Yeah.
It's going to be bombs away from Andrew.
I agree. I think you want as much separation as possible to be shot here. No question if it's above the tee, Andrew's playing that run immediately. So maybe just a hair of a tactical error there playing that way. You peel the opposite side. way less space to draw underneath.
Line's good.
Weight's close.
Gonna have room to work. Lots
Weight's
of
really close.
Whoa, it's running.
Still a lot of room
Really
here.
running. Always curl if you
Should
can.
finish though, Lance. This is the side we've seen more curl on, but
Gonna have to finish pretty hard here.
yeah, the weight taking that finish out of it, unfortunately.
It's not bad.
It's still shot, but none of it buried.
No.
I mean, the upside of that is that they're making those guys chase. They'll have another draw after this.
Right. Yeah, you don't have much choice but to hit that stone.
What?
I'm so sorry.
What did he say? What happened?
Sorry.
What
I'll tell
happened?
you after.
Like even nose is okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking if we roll big, they draw under, then we have the short run. And no jamming possibility.
Yeah.
But
You're never really worried about the
yeah.
I think that shot's
So where's
always
your
there as
ideal
long as we
spot to
don't
roll to here, Lance?
roll under the guard.
Yeah.
So like
I think you
won't
want to
cue with
be.
it, or like control.
Man, I mean, you definitely don't want to be on the
Rather
nose. You're
curl a
probably
little
trying to
bit.
roll away where they can't freeze on it. In the rings.
I saw this, so I actually.
Yeah, if you roll a couple feet to the opposite side of the center line, there's no hit and roll. You're cutting the draw space down a little bit, still keeping it countered.
Yep.
But just making sure you're on that side at the very least.
I mean, yeah, you're better rolling out than ever over curling.
Whoa! Curl!
So they're on the safe side with this one.
Hard, Sarah.
Just playing it to close to nose. That's a pretty good shot. I think that's about as good a roll as you can get.
Good.
That's close.
Yeah.
The final curl.
And really, it's kind of immaterial, though, for Bear and Oldenburg. You're drawing under that regardless of where that rock ended up, and you're throwing it to the fours, because Sarah's never throwing the run back in this situation. If it is buried, you have to make sure of the one. I mean, if you play the run, you make it, you win the game. It's over. But scoring a point and going up 3 as opposed to just being up by 1.
You got it.
Okay, back 4 weight.
Yeah,
they're echoing our conversation.
Yeah,
right now,
I would
too.
be really surprised if you ever saw a run back coming here. So for that reason, Maddie can be, even a few feet deep here, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think backside of tee would be ideal here for Maddie.
Weight's close.
So her final stone. Definitely a little on the wide side here.
Gotta come down a little.
Similar path to
Okay.
Oldenburg's, a little
close.
tighter than
It's not
his.
bad. It's
I think with better weight,
back
it should
though.
finish over there.
And still back, you hear from Aidan. Line's getting
Gotta
good.
curl.
And it's still coasting, though.
Sit.
And that's going to keep going. That little faster going away again that we've seen all week
So
on what I call my sheet, sheet C. It's the only sheet we've done.
I think the speed's still like
Decent. Yeah.
Tyler's sheet.
Maybe not like top speed, but
That's too bad. Line was very good. Definitely could have finished it.
I'll probably just give you a couple feet more than like what the beginning of the game ice was,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
So just a draw for a third point, looks like. Can't tell as there's no broom if they're playing heavy draw to try to tap for a fourth, but 3 is probably enough.
There.
Final shot of
I think it's
seventh
okay.
end for Sarah
That's
Anderson. Just on a clean draw path
Line's good.
for
Where?
a third point. Stopera cleaning it in, feels that it's fine, and it looks to be. So that will be 3 for Anderson and Stopera.
3 red.
Now with a 10-5 lead
Good. What'd you get on that?
after 7.
Long.
Oh, all good. Good.
In the 7th end break, USA Curling would like to take this moment to thank the curling community for supporting the sport and the national organization, whether it's through your membership, donations, or volunteer hours that help our game grow. Your support makes many of our efforts possible, whether it's the webcast coverage you're enjoying right now, the Our House content platform, certification programs for instructors and officials, or the Athlete Outreach Initiative. On behalf of USA Curling, thank you for all that you do. So again, the other scores for this all-important final round robin draw. Hamilton do get their 5th win, 8-3 over Burr and Burr. Anderson Richardson now leading 5-4 over Podol and Perry. And on sheet E, Weldon Franey a 6-5 lead over Geving and Schuster. Back on our feature game. Final end, 10-5, Anderson Stopera leading Baron Oldenburg. Tyler George here with Dr. Lance Wheeler. And mechanical engineer, we're told, is where doctor comes from. Something sciencey was what your wife mentioned earlier. That's fairly sciencey. I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
No. But the fact that she knew virtually as much about your doctor
T-line back 4.
moniker as I did.
A little heavy.
What does that say about us?
Surprising.
We always joke with mixed doubles. It's
back 4.
It's a fun game, and it's also marriage counseling at the same time.
Yeah, and you get to do it on camera with mics on, too.
Yeah, that's right. Added stress.
Not normally how those sessions go, I don't think. So the thousands of people watching all have doctor-patient privilege at that point for the counseling session.
Not a lot of confidentiality going on.
Not a ton. They have to keep it within the confines of those 3,000 people.
We're in the curling community. It's a big family anyway.
Go if you need.
That is definitely true.
Weight's close.
Line's good. Needs to curl.
Baron Oldenburg looking for a minor miracle in this final end.
There it goes.
Needing 5 to tie or 6 to win. Coming right to the top of the 4 foot.
Or is it just through?
Yeah, we can throw it through.
Only took Aidan.
I don't know.
Electing to keep it simple here.
Yeah, they think that with 3 more shots, they believe they'll be able to clear 2 yellow stones, or at least out-count them. So, without being able to hit,
light and throw a guard, and then
figured it was better just to not clutter things up anymore. Well, maybe they might try to bump those around a little bit at least, or even play a split on your center guard. Just play enough weight that you can't hurt yourself. There are many shots they could have thrown there that had no risk in what you throw, and make the worst case throw enough weight that if you take something out, they go back to where they were, and it's the same as a throw-through.
Yeah, as long as you're not sitting there as a guard or sitting somewhere in the back 4 foot, it's something they can jam into. I think there's a lot of safe shots out there.
Easy. Curl when you can.
So Oldenburg with the out-turn draw gets around the guard.
Really
it's
good.
well made.
Nice spot.
free right now if that red's not there.
Yeah.
I can run it, sure.
Something we've said so many times, Lance, if that rock wasn't there, boy, that'd be perfect.
Make a lot more shots that way.
So Stopera clearing the guard at the least, hoping to make the run.
And adding to his count as the most peels thrown by one player in the event.
I think it's a two-person race with him and Dropkin for sure. Just clears it open. So now just trying to figure out where you can put this stone that makes it most difficult to remove one.
Timeout.
Yeah, they need to score 2 of the next 3 stones they're throwing here.
We'll listen in and see what they're thinking for position on this timeout.
Yeah, I know we're going on a hope and a prayer here, but like, just thinking the best jumble right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just try to be high side on it and like throw back 8.
I mean, we're moving
I wasn't sure if separation's better or not.
Separation's probably better. We can throw one guard too.
I
I mean, yeah.
I know.
We have one rock.
I don't like the guard because, I mean, we're not going to get a miss. But
that sound you heard out of Maddie Bear is what's actually going on in our heads
Yeah,
in these situations.
That's like what I'm thinking is that.
Okay.
It's thinking the same thing.
It's better than jumping them, right? Like okay.
If we throw a guard, then they pick one though, then we're done. But
So perfect dead guard on this, right?
probably.
Maybe even closer to error towards this one, but
Yeah, 'cause we just can't really go anywhere in the house without giving them the easiest double.
yeah. Okay.
And then she's gonna have to kill one on her last, but
That's fine. So straight guard, 2 guard. You
yeah,
could
I think
go
so.
a little higher if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think just here.
Yeah, make the run hard.
So still alive
I like
in this
that.
game. I will say too, if this is indeed the end for Bear and Oldenburg, two of
They only
the
get one,
nicest,
yeah.
kindest people in a world full of kind, nice people in the curling world. Always a pleasure to be around. Great competitors and gracious on either side of their games.
Couldn't agree more. So I ate in a lot of the same tournaments we were at this year, and always just a smile on his face and a great guy to be around.
Curling world's better for having them. Now throwing the guard, trying to make Anderson and Stopera waste one
Little
more
tight.
stone, clearing it
Waist
open
tight.
before they throw their last 2 in.
It's getting better. Where are you?
So the decision throwing the guard means you have to
Hold her
make
up, let it
every
sit.
rock count the rest of the way
Sit.
out. But they didn't
Sit.
really see a spot they could throw this that
Okay, nice throw.
wouldn't make it easier for Anderson and Stopera to clear 2 stones with their last 2.
The center guard.
I think they're probably right.
don't even
I
think
I
we
think
play
this
around
is
with
your
one. I
best
think it's-
chance.
I think it's a straight peel.
Because this way now, if Stopera does play the straight peel, there's only 1 rock left, and she's got to clear just 1 stone, but that is your best chance at getting 5.
You like the out?
Yep.
Yeah, peel makes a lot of sense here because now you're talking about just making contact with yellow on the next rock.
Yeah, both teams with the correct calls. You see probably a tap on the last coming up from Baron Oldenburg because they need that red stone to unlock on the back so it doesn't jam. So just a back 12, back line tap, just to have them chip off each other and line it up dead at that red stone.
See Mark Lazar looking a little easier back there.
Like, that's the only thing I'm seeing that gives us a chance.
I like it.
Looks like they're actually going to try to roll
Just
big with
hack.
the shooter.
Yeah, 12-5.
Okay.
I think I'd lean towards maybe that 9/10 high tap on the top rock.
We just want
And
to
hope
touch
that
it.
it spills to a spot where it plays to a jam on the red.
I think that's minimum.
I think they're
Don't mind
thinking
a
just
bit
spreading the
more.
rocks around is going to be in their favor. And they got to move that red at some point.
Yeah, and they're hoping it moves right now, so probably playing maybe board, I would think, to try to get enough of a roll to get under the corner. Otherwise, it's just a wide open hit on the one that Aidan's throwing right now.
Right.
Waist close.
I like the weight.
Whoa! Straight.
Really close on line. Need some action on the roll. Oh, really good.
Really good. Nice throw, Aidan.
And it didn't end up unlocking the red.
Hit this one.
Yeah. I mean,
So honestly, you could probably throw it away. I don't know that you could ever hit that red and stay.
probably throw the
Yeah, I think Sarah's just going to pick her favorite yellow and take it away.
Yeah, pretty unlikely that you cross and play into a jam. You want to make sure you throw this hard.
I mean, Sarah, even if
And then
you're
at least,
high, like,
regardless
you're
of where you
getting
hit
into
it,
the yellows,
something
that
should
back
go
one goes.
out. The
Pretty
only
much have to just hit it.
miss to jam would be like a normal weight cross and hit the other half of the stone.
Yeah, she'd have to be pretty wide on that.
So just peel,
Firm or peel?
I would think.
Intern?
Yeah.
Firm or peel. Final stone for Sarah Anderson. Credit to Baron Oldenburg for making them have to throw their last shot, down by 5 in this final end. Sarah just trying to stay on the inside of this stone with peel.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Sweep early here.
Yep.
Yeah, a little interesting for a second, but good enough for Sarah and Andrew. They do move to 5 and 2. Oldenburg and Bear not necessarily eliminated quite yet. Depending on what happens in these other games, they need some help to try to get into a possible tiebreaker.
Coach, good luck.
So we're going
Did you
to
see my interview that Scott did on the couch?
take you through the other
Oh,
scores,
'cause he asked,
and you're more than welcome
you
to
and Sam had a
tune
fight.
into the other games to see how they end up here.
I said Sam just because he's.
We are again on sheet B, the final Hamilton, 8-3 over Burr and Burr.
I think you have
Anderson
the- I think it's
Richardson
pretty
up
close.
7-4 over Podol and Perry in the 8th.
No, but like.
Geving Schuster 9-6 over Weldon Franey in the 8th end. And our feature game, Anderson Stopera 10-5 final over Baron Oldenburg. So Hamilton, Anderson Richardson, Geving Schuster. If those 3 all are victorious, along with Anderson and Stopera, then they'll all be tied at 5 and 2. And if that's the case, by head-to-head, Anderson and Richardson, both 2 and 1 within the 4-team group. Anderson Richardson would be the 1 seed because they defeated Geving and Schuster, the other 2 and 1 team. The Hamiltons would be the 3 seed. Anderson Stopera 4, and would play against each other in a tiebreaker game at 3 o'clock. So if these scores hold, your seeds would be Anderson Richardson 1, Geving Schuster 2, and then Matt and Becca Hamilton would play Sarah Anderson and Andrew Stopera for that 3rd playoff spot. Kudos to Jerry Gertz for getting that over immediately. Best in the biz on the stats. So we have cut over to the Geving Schuster game. Bonus coverage for the first time this week here in the booth. Weldon and Franey throwing their final stone. You saw 20 seconds on the clock. Shot to try to find 3 to get to an extra end. I ended up just getting the 1, so Schuster and Geving do get the victory to get to 5 and 2. So that win actually eliminates Baron Oldenburg if either of the other 2 games. Well, I believe now that's, let's see, I'm counting the 5 and 2 teams. It's getting more dire for Madison and Aidan. And now here's the final draw. Oldenburg and Bear have been eliminated from playoff contention. Now 3 teams are at 5 and 2. So this is the final game that matters. If Anderson and Richardson are able to win, then those tiebreaker scenarios that we mentioned hold up. If not, there are 3 teams at 5 and 2 that are straight in. Right now, looking as though Taylor and Ben are in pretty good position. With that 3-point lead they have, if they hold on. If that game holds, as it looks like it will, then we've set the playoff scenarios for you. Tiebreaker round would be at 3 o'clock Eastern Time this afternoon. Otherwise, the semifinal matchups, 7:30 p.m. tonight. So Tyler George and Lance Wheeler, Dr. Lance Wheeler, signing off. Thanks for watching.